Okay, so hey, black women, come to tell you two crazy things, right? That happened in the tri-state area of New York in Trenton, New Jersey, right? Starting down in Pennsylvania. So I'm not going to say his name. I never say the people's names, right? This black guy killed his baby's mother and the children, killed 3 people, right? He killed them in Pennsylvania. He carjacked someone and drove all the way to Trenton, New Jersey, ditched the car, and then before the police could barricade the location in the house he ran to hide, he slipped away. But then later, I guess somebody told him, you better give yourself up, because I guess that's what happened. Or he came to whatever small amount of senses he has, because he doesn't have much to run around killing women and children, right? But he gave himself up without incident, and now he's in police custody. But black women, please do everything in your power to stop dealing with black males, and then go out of your way to do everything else in your power to have bulletproof vests in your home, have a gun in your home, right? Have other weapons in your home, in every room of your house that children cannot reach, children cannot get to, and they can't use to hurt themselves. Listen, you already know what it is. These black males have declared war on black women and children, and they're out here exterminating black women and children. I don't know if this was about child support or whatever, but he killed 2 women and children. All right. So the bottom line is, when these people are aggravated and have an issue over paying child support, doing manly things, because a man takes care of his child, whether he's in the home or not in the home. And if he's not in the home, most times that means that he's paying child support, because men can pay child support and live in the home with their children. They can. All right. So these guys are warped. They don't want families. They don't love, respect, or appreciate the humanity of their own children or the women they have these children by. So black women, you're going to have to bite the bullet. You're going to have to stop dealing with them altogether and just let these dudes have their own separate lives and existence outside of black women. You have got to do this. They're not only doing this shit in real life, but I just finished watching a bootleg movie on all black stars, right? Called Night Games, right? This whole movie was about black males in some type of secret organization with white guys who paid to have live streaming of the execution of black women after they were sexually assaulted. Now, this goes to really speak to the depravity of their minds, their belief factors, their belief system, the character of who they are, just everything about them. So if you not only are having art imitate life and life imitate art, there's something seriously fucking wrong with you. And in my opinion, all black women need to be on guard, okay? On guard. Not on guard, but in French, on guard. Be on guard, goddammit. Get them out of your life. Be vigilant in the street. Carry whatever you need to defend yourself. Get yourself into martial arts program. Tomorrow is my first day of American Kento Karate. I told y'all I like katanas and I like swords. I have a sword, right? I have all types of things like that. I love this type of shit. I collect these things. These are art pieces, etc. So I'm going to go find an art form that allows me to use these things and to get extremely proficient in them. I love all this type of stuff. So Find something that excites you. Find something that is a good fit for you. And then you go out and you learn a skill that not only makes you happy just for the hobby and the practice of it, but also as a level of self-defense. There's nothing greater for a black woman than martial arts and learning how to physically defend yourself without weapons. Actually use your body and the ability that is taught to you to defend yourself against maniacs and lunatics that run rampant in our communities and who sneak up behind women, because I didn't cover that story, but I heard it, sneak up behind women walking down the street in the middle of the day and no one helps her, puts her in a headlock, and then begins to assault her and then sexually assaults her. The shit that's happening to black women in this country is so unreal and so surreal that it makes you want to go outside Rambo style. And honestly, I think you need to be in that mindset every fucking day. I'm dead serious. In states where you can license and legally carry weapons, you need to have about 2 of them on your body. Other weapons that may be legal in your state, like certain inch knives, you need to have those on your body for direct. Oh, I was getting ready to say something I shouldn't say online. You need to have those things on your body, right? All of these things protect you from somebody who's up close and personal, trying to do bodily or deadly harm to you. How much more of this shit is going to go on for y'all to wake up and understand, and to turn your light bulbs on inside your head and understand that it is us versus them. You have got to stop being around these dudes. And when you have children with them, you have to really deal with them to the point where you have attorneys and you explain to the judges that having your children around these people puts you and them in extreme danger. Look at all the children that are being killed by these guys and the mothers of these children. It has gotten to the point where, honestly, black women, you need to rally in your, wherever you are, states, cities, towns, for laws that protect black women by way of domestic violence and their children, to the point where these fathers have absolutely no contact with these children, because these black males are not like white men, Hispanic men, Asian men, everybody else, where they actually might want to really be in their children's lives. These guys are dead set against anything that's black like them. They hate their children. They hate the women they come from. And the first chance they get to kill either of those groups, they will do it with ease. No hesitation, ease. So you got to get to the point where you understand this so that black women and children stop dying. And you're going to have to, at some point, start making fucking noise about this. The same type of fucking noise you made for Black Lives Matter and that bullshit ass standing up and fighting and jumping in police's face for every black male that got shot. George Floyd and everybody else. That bullshit energy you used on that, you need to use that energy for something worthwhile, which is to defend, stand up, and fight for yourself and your children that these males are killing daily in this country. 4 to 5 hours. Women. Black femicide is every 4 to 5 hours in this country. Come on. Let's get out of the fantasy and deal with the reality. They are your arch enemies. They choose to be like this. So get away from them. How many more black women and children are they going to be allowed to kill without black women and other women in their families, communities, etc., fighting back, both physically and through elections and representatives, and using your voice and public civil unrest? Like, you have to go out and demonstrate. Maybe not civil unrest, but I don't know. Sometimes it works just a little bit, but you got to go out there and you got to protest, okay? You have to protest. You have got to let these people know this is an issue in America and we want it addressed. Otherwise, this country, as you know, will just ignore the situation until it gets to the point where they have no choice but to do something about it because it's starting to leak out and spill over into all these other people's communities. That's the only time they're going to give a fuck. So when are you going to give a fuck about yourself? I just need to know. Too close to the oven. I need to know. Like, I really need to know. When are you going to care about yourself? When they manage to kill all of us? The rate y'all going? Because no matter what any content creator comes on YouTube and tells you, like, if they tell you, stay away from them, I tell you, stay away from them, they tell you, don't marry them, don't have children with them, don't date them, don't have sex with them, I tell you, don't marry them, don't date them, don't have sex with them, don't have children with them. You are still out there doing these things that are leading to shit like this. Let me turn it on and see if it, well, they talking about the impeachment now, but this dude, he just went to this woman's house, killed people in there, and killed the children and the mother and somebody else, hijacked a car to get away from what he just did, drove all the way from Pennsylvania to Trenton, New Jersey, ditched the car, and then went and held himself up in a house to the point where the police found out where he was. They went there. They tried to put a barricade around the house, but at that point, he had already gotten out. When police put a barricade around the house, right, they put a perimeter around something. Most times by the time they start doing that, the person has already gone. They have jumped out the window, went through a back door nobody knows about, went through something connecting to the house. Like, you know how sometimes people got those connecting driveways, or they have those basements where they have those cellars where you can go around the house and the doors open up somewhere else nobody even knew existed. Shit like that. Also, any way of getting out of the house. Any way. They do this kind of shit all the time. All the time as the police are mobilizing and trying to get their shit together. These people are so good at eluding the law sometimes, it's crazy. They slip through shit that you wouldn't even think was physically possible for grown-ass people, grown-ass male people. They do it. I, in my lifetime, have literally seen people, as a parole officer, when I was looking for them, hide their big asses in the top of the closet. The type of shit a black male will do to avoid getting caught or doing certain, do not ever underestimate it, okay? So this is why I'm telling you, black women, please stop taking these motherfuckers for granted. Stop thinking that these are the same black males from the 70s and the 80s. They not. They brand new. They a different whole motherfucking animal, okay? They're not our grandfathers. They're not our fathers and our great-grandfathers. These motherfuckers are trifling, no good, and can't be trusted, dangerous, menaces to society, who have vowed already to kill as many black women and children as they can. So why are you still dealing with them? Why? This happened just today. I mean, they passed this story. Now they talking about the House passing the bill that could ban TikTok. They're so ignorant. But anyway, he killed the woman and kids and somebody else today. Yesterday, or was it yesterday? Day before yesterday, right here in Brooklyn, some dude went on a train. He was a Asian invader, right? Didn't pay his fare, walked through the gate, went to the train station, went into the subway, started fighting with some Hispanic man, I think it was. Ilagio. I forget his name. I'm saying his name because I'm trying to remember what the hell it was. But anyway, started messing with this dude, right? Because the man was what he was, with all of the tension here, with the migrant bullshit, and why I keep telling black women especially, I don't give a fuck what black males do. I need y'all to wake up about that migrant thing and not allow that shit to cloud your judgment and to make you fucking bigots and racially prejudiced and assholes like white people have been in America for centuries. You understand me? They held us captive for 500 fucking years, our total history, whether it was in America or anywhere else. Do you understand me? Do not follow these motherfuckers' lead. There is no situation where any group of people are going to come to America and replace you. Let's stop talking that dumb shit too, okay? I know for a fact, living here with them, seeing them, they are ass out. Do you understand me? They're not doing good. They're not living well at all. And even if they manage to get jobs and get places to live and put their children that they have here through school and their children have something in life, 9 times out of 10, those people end up homeless again and in living very destitute lives because they have not been able to have a way, since they're not citizens, to pay into Social Security or have any type of real retirement plan. So they have to rely on social services that they can receive and community resources. So please stop with all this hate and all of this. Oh, the invasion of the migrants is an issue. Please stop that, black women. You are sounding like bigoted white folks. Stop that shit. Okay? Those people are people just like we are. And not trying to be funny, I live in a city where the majority of them have come to. Okay? They're everywhere I turn. They have not stopped me from eating. They have not stopped me from living my life the way I do, because I'm not a person who is allowing myself to be stopped by somebody else's fucking shine. And they ain't shining that damn great. When you come here to New York City, you're going to see them, if they do not have a family, if they're just the guys that come here without their family and women, they're sleeping on the fucking streets outside of the shelters when the capacity has hit its full. So stop this ignorant shit following the lead of white folks. Please stop being fucking fools. Please stop doing what white people expect you to do, which is for them to spread any type of lie onto social media, and then right away you follow it, believe it, and go along and do all the ignorant shit that your oppressor is doing to you, to somebody else. Stop it. You gotta think and use your fucking head. This is an election that is... It's an election like anyone else. This one is no more important than another one. It's just the fact that with this white man, Trump, that's trying to get in office, you have to be honest and you have to be real with the circumstances around this dude. He does not like black people. He doesn't like Hispanic people or anybody else. He only likes his own kind, which is rich white people. Even the poor white people, he don't give a fuck about. Okay? So, if he's facing charges for trying to steal votes, saying that an election was stolen from him, and having all these other people that he appointed during his presidency steal the votes from black people to the point where locations were redistricted so that black people couldn't vote, and they changed the laws, messing with your ability to vote as black women, right? Why are you sitting up here, for the majority of you that are championing Trump, not realizing all of the things that he has done in life to hurt black people, and that he has vowed to do to continue to hurt black people when he gets in office? Did you not hear him say that he was going to be a tyrant on the first day of being president if he becomes president? Then secondly, did you not hear him say that he's going to be white people's retribution? Do you really think that when he's jumping up and down with his "Hee-yah" and all that shit from MAGA, that he's concerned with black people? Or do you really not understand that he's only talking about the really, really hardcore racist white people that like to see black people killed and treated like we were treated in 1940, 30, 50, 60, 1800, 1700, 1600, 1500? Do you not understand that? Do you not understand that I don't remember these women's names, but there was a mother and daughter team that worked in a state where him and Giuliani swore to God that these two women were responsible for him losing his presidential race. He terrorized these women. He put them out into the public. He pretty much, like, how do you guys say, the thing that you do on YouTube here is when dox people. So he basically like doxed these women to the point where their lives were being threatened, their safety was put in jeopardy more than one time. Go read his stories if you don't believe me. I believe the mother died and just the daughter is alive still. But those women actually had to sue him and Giuliani. They won that lawsuit against Trump and Giuliani for everything that was done to them, because he literally had people out here giving these women death threats because he had convinced racially prejudiced, real racist white people with people who have power to suppress and oppress black people that these women had destroyed votes or got rid of votes or manipulated votes, so he did not get the actual votes that he got, and they were given to Biden instead. This is why he's on trial. In addition to raping women and being found guilty of that, all types of white collar thievery and lies, like with money and everything else you can imagine that I'm not concerned with those trials with him, with his contracts and what he did that was illegal. I'm thinking about the people that he's hurt. Literally hurt. Y'all are not remembering the things that he's done. You're so caught up in your own level of racial hate towards migrants, you're not seeing the fucking real full picture, which is the fact that this dude is nothing but a KKK member, and y'all are up here voting for a KKK member and having the ignorance to say everything like a mockingbird that everybody stupid on here, Cherie from Real Black Women Making Money and others, have idiotically said about this man because they don't know what's going on in the government. You're not looking, when I say go on the government websites and actually see what's happening, you don't see what the Biden administration is doing to help black people. No other administration does that. And God help you if you think Trump's administration is going to come in here and help black people. Are you out of your mind? His administration wants a full ban on all abortions in every fucking state in America. And then he wants to get rid of contraceptives so that you have no choice in dealing with your body and your life and the life choices you're allowed to make, God-given, because he's a white man that wants to come into office and be a dictator. And he literally said this out of his mouth. I'm not making it up. But yet, you black women are sitting on here worrying about Hispanic people that's coming to New York City and everywhere else, and they ain't got a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of the window of. I really need y'all to think and stop being gaslit and hoodwinked and so easy to go along with everything that somebody else says, and really do your own research and understand that Trump is nothing for you to vote for or to be jumping up and down and getting happy about. But, I don't expect you to listen to me because you never do. But I do know one thing about the shit I've said that has always been true about everything and everybody I've spoken about. You fuck around with that racist white man, that KKK member, you're going to be sorry you did. Because he really does not want black people to vote anymore. And I don't know if you understand how America works, but if you cannot vote in this country, you really don't have no freedom in this country. So you need to understand that. Fuck the thing. I mean, and outside of him just being a racist, like, it doesn't make you upset that he is single-handedly responsible for the loss of your abortion rights. He put in place every one of those attorneys, no matter what title those attorneys have, even up to the Chief Justice attorneys. All of those people were appointed by him during his administration to take away women's rights and to set back black people and everyone else who's not rich and white. How do you not know these things? But you're going to find out. You will fuck around and find out if you vote this stupid motherfucker into office. You should be, I don't care how much you don't like a representative. You got to understand something. They're not in office to appease each one of us personally. They're there to work collectively for all of us. But they only work harder for groups of people who are louder than others. So black women, if you want to be at the table, you got to pull your fucking chair up and you got to start yelling and making noise and talking about issues that are important to you. And you got to start understanding what's at stake. The reason Vice President Harris went to the what is that clinic in Minnesota? It's one of them where you go when you don't have a lot of money, you're trying to go to get an abortion. What is that shit called? Planned Parenthood, right? She went there to remind women that despite all of your anger, your miseducation of politics, your hatred for immigration, migration, whatever, and foreign people who come to America, do not forget that wrapped up in all that anger and hate is the fact that you are dealing with a racist madman who wants to be a dictator. When have you ever heard of any dictators being generous to their subjects, their citizens, or their people? When? Let me know, because I'm a damn sure wait. Let me know. It's understood throughout the country that when women, no matter what race they are, get an education, get a career, and are allowed to make money, and they are not having to depend on a man or a husband to make money, to earn money, to have a life, to be able to live, they thrive much better. They surpass men without even putting in any fucking real effort. They understand that. We live in a patriarchy. What about patriarchy don't you understand? That means that men don't want women to have anything. What about that don't you understand? So why would you vote for a white man named Trump who runs around priding himself on, how did he say it before, running up and grabbing women by the pussy, if that's what he wants to do? Okay, I'm done with this video, but it is sometime before November when we have to vote, and I hope all of you come to your senses or come to New York City and leave me a message and let me know you want to be taken around to see some of the migrants so you can see that they're not living these grand lives that white people are trying to make you think they're out here living. Are they getting certain concessions? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. So that they could actually live and do certain things. But this is America, baby. There's no way one group is going to be allowed to come into this country and take over every fucking thing outside of or overtake the people who are already here. It doesn't work that way. No matter how many elegant speakers come on YouTube and convince you that it does, it doesn't. And black people, black women, you actually could be a lot further in life and in this country if you would get rid of the fucking dead weight by carrying these black males everywhere you go. If you would come together with other black women, fight for legislation that literally deals with the issues black women face solely, put your money together for and with other black women to do things for black women, you'd be all right. You really would be all right. But you're not doing it because you have this whole concept of you want to include black males who never and don't want to ever include you. Not even in saying, let's have a good day. They don't ever want to give you anything, but all they want to do is take everything that you can provide to them. When is it going to, hit you in the head and make you understand that they're not what you need to be concerned with. Be concerned with yourself and other black women like-minded so that we all can get on the same page eventually. Because once enough of us collectively start looking out for each other, taking care of each other, and ostracizing black males, you will see the other black women come along. They're going to get on board. Because if they want anything, want any help with something, they know how they have to be. You have all these supposed rich black males out here. They do nothing to help black women, especially single mother black women who need all the help in the world. You think Jay-Z is going to put up a tenement or a building or his wife that everyone runs around praising? This is her internet, right? When has that bitch or that motherfucker ever done anything to help black people besides collect the royalty from whatever it is that black people pay into for them and everybody else? They don't care about us. So when are you going to start returning the favor and not caring about them, take care of ourselves, and actually get something out of this life before we're fucking dead and gone? I want to know. You don't see any of those guys. You have guys like Byron Allen, who owns a television station, can't put up a grocery store in a black neighborhood, can't put up an apartment building for black women where their rent is less than $1,000. He can't do any of that. None of these men, black males with money, do anything for black women and children. They hate and despise you. They use you, they come up off of you, and they turn around and give their money right back to the white people that they idolize. And they show you just how much they despise you. When you going to understand that? Get your shit together. Realize that Trump is not your ally or your best option. Because if he gets in office, you might as well get used to never being able to get a divorce, never getting an abortion, no rights over your own body, even when it comes to your doctor, and either diseases or emergencies or conditions you might have that could save your life. You're going to definitely die. Because you already know how old white rich men like him think, who belong to the KKK. Old women and women who are not perky and what they consider to be perfect in their eyes, you could just go ahead and die. They don't give a fuck about you. You're not worth nothing to them because you're not young and valuable in their eyes. Their eyes is the key to what I'm saying. Because what they believe and what they say and what they practice is not true. It's just the fuck what they do. Okay? So these are the things you have to think about, consider, and understand. And then start acting on that shit. We really are in this alone, black women. It is just us against the entire world. Because we do not have male counterparts that ever want to do anything that is black focused. They're more interested in assimilating into whiteness, or I should say, fuck it, vanishing into whiteness and hating everything black, which is what they are. Black women are the only ones that are proud of being black, love this shit we come in, love all of this, love this shit. They hate it all. I love every fucking bit of this. You understand me? We love it. They hate it. We acculturate into this world. They assimilate. They try to vanish into the whiteness. We don't want shit to do with it. Do you understand what I'm saying now? Let me see if I can get a bit of this. They got it back.
Gordon managed to slip out of the home and was eventually apprehended nearby. Now we turn to a big week in Donald Trump's many trials. In Georgia, Fulton County DA Bonnie Willis will not be disqualified from her election.
It was never up for grabs for her to be disqualified.
Page ruling on Friday, Judge Scott
she did nothing to earn that.
There was no actual conflict resulting from the relationship
That's
between
right.
Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade and Willis. But Judge McAfee took things a step further by establishing that there was, quote, a significant appearance of,
not actual doing.
As long as Wade stepped down.
And he did. And I want to point out something, since they brought that up in doing the recap of the news, is that I noticed how white women were overly excited about the actual harm or possible, which I knew was never going to happen. Because when you know a little bit about law, you know that attorneys really got to do some real fucked up shit to lose their license. She didn't do anything that would, need or warrant her to lose her license and be disbarred for fucking somebody. That's just sheer bullshit right there. And that's just sheer envy, hatefulness, and jealousy of black women by white women with all of that. Oh yeah, she's a bad person. She's this, she's that. She needs to lose her job. You ever notice how whenever something happens to black women, or black women get caught up in shit that happens to white women on a regular fucking basis, right? They want us to be crucified, but they would like to get a slap on the wrist. You ever notice that shit? This is why I tell you, you have to really look behind everything and understand what's going on. And stop just following shit that you hear just because you like the person's mouth it's coming out of, And another thing, I really hate how the majority of the content creators who are black women on this fucking shit here, right, YouTube, is always bad-mouthing black women. When I think about the majority of the women I heard always talking about this woman, Fannie Willis, right? It was always something negative. It was never anything objective. It was never factual based. It was always a reiteration of some ignorant shit they probably saw on Fox News or some other place that was giving janky news, and they run with it. And it's like, she wasn't on trial, assholes. That was never the case. What she's doing personally doesn't have shit to do with what she's supposed to be doing professionally, which I think people didn't understand. You gotta literally do inappropriate shit legally, not fucking personally. Okay? That's what I think was the real disconnect with people. They're so busy caught up in this fantasy about, oh, my husband and wife, that because they heard that this dude was a separated married man, or he could have been a man with the woman still living in his house, being in a marriage where they both fucking each other or can't stand each other. It don't matter. None of that shit matters. What is the facts of the situation? The personal, emotional shit to the side, y'all. You have to learn to do that. And you got to stop putting so much value on that fucking marriage shit, husband and wife shit, because it is not what the fuck you think it is. But you gonna learn. Keep fucking around and you gonna learn. But anyway, I'm done with this video. Black women, get your shit together, please. Stop fucking with these black males altogether. Stop listening to these videos I see coming out and circulating like crazy all over YouTube with the misogynist black dude on one side of the screen talking about gender roles and how women are supposed to be their sexual slaves and servants. Fuck me, feed me, and shut your mouth and listen to me, follow my commands. And on the other side of the screen, this is a black guy all of a sudden now who's been married all these years. Where all these married guys come from all of a sudden? All these years, and him and his wife is just a imperfect matrimony, perfect harmony in their house. Where she stops, he begins, and where he finishes, she starts again. Such bullshit. But I see y'all eating that shit up because y'all get gaslit and fall for the bullshit every time when it comes to these black dudes. When you should just put it in your fucking head, we need a 4B movement for black women in America against black males. Be just like the Korean women in Korea, because you are dying every day more frequently than those Korean women. And they got more sense to know than you black women in America that you don't need them motherfuckers. You can do bad by yourself, kill yourself by yourself, fuck up your life by yourself. You don't need no bum motherfucker to come into your house and fuck you up, your children, and every other generation after that because of the dysfunction this motherfucker brings into your household with his detrimental actions, words, and beliefs. Please stop. Please get all your shit straight by November 24. Because y'all are fucking up your own future and don't even understand what you're doing. We telling those of us black women that really care about you, we're trying to tell you, leave these black males alone at all costs. All costs. If you haven't noticed, they're picking up in the speed in which they're killing black women and children. I don't know if y'all are realizing that. They're even starting to do it here a lot in New York City. But fortunately, we now have the National Guard here as well as the police fucking them up. So y'all better understand that this is not no motherfucking game. When we got the National Guard in our city because these motherfuckers are throwing people into the train tracks and shooting motherfuckers up on the train and doing everything else in the train? Are you kidding me? And it's always relationship based, y'all. I think I had told you in one of my other videos a couple of weeks ago in the Bronx about the lady that got shot and her two sons got shot. The boys, 10 and 14 or 10 and 15, something like that. They are amping up their madness, their hatred, their contempt, and their determination to kill as many black women and little girls as they can. Will y'all wake up, get geared up, get mentally right to be out here ready for any and anything that comes your way when they try to hurt you, and best them before they could best you. They everywhere. Let me tell you, they like to try everybody, even me from time to time. And like I said, I'm up for the challenge, right? I'm walking Naya, what was it, last night? No, I think it was the night before. So this dude, I don't know who the fuck he is. He's some black dude with dreads, stumbling and shit. You could tell he don't care about himself, his life, or nothing, and he ain't about shit. He's walking around in the street with a fucking open 6-pack, and you could physically see he has gone through 4 bottles already of whatever the fuck he's drinking, right? And you could smell the alcohol, so you know it wasn't a beverage for all the assholes in the back, right? So he sees me and Naya coming down the steps out of the back of the building to go for her walk. Me, I'm already alerted. I have no problem fucking him up. I really do not, right? So I come down the stairs and I'm just watching him. And then Naya's looking at him and he looks at us and I'm still looking at him. So I start to walk with Naya this way. So when I see something about the military teaches you different things about people's bodies. I'm not going to get into that. But when I saw a certain movement, I stopped and got ready, right? Naya stopped instantly too. I guess that's just the animal in the both of us, right? So I guess he saw that and then he started to walk around the other way and was like, oh, I'm sorry, excuse me. And I'm just looking at him like, homie, I got no problem with you. You got no problem as long as you don't fuck with me. I don't have to like you. I ain't got to want to fucking be around you. But the first time you draw something towards me, it's going to be a situation that I'm going to bring with every fucking ounce of me. Every fucking ounce. I'm not like that. So anyway, we go on a walk. So I saw this little Hispanic lady getting ready to walk into the building as I was coming out. And I said, listen, hey, excuse me. There's a very weird dude over there. Please be careful when you walk that way. If I hear you get loud, I will turn right back around and be back to help you. She said, oh, okay, thank you. And she kept walking. I was dead fucking serious. I'm tired of this bullshit, okay? Even though she's not black like me, that's what we New Yorkers do. We look out for each other. So she's a woman like me too. So I see this motherfucker ain't right. So I'm not just going to let her walk past me and then go over there and he hit her in the head with one of those bottles or something. I'm not with that bullshit. I'm really not. So Naya always doing something crazy to me when I'm talking to y'all. She's just a maniac. But anyway, Yeah, all right, now you keep it up. So, she's bit the shit out of me, but that's all right. She's a nut. So, she plays, but she plays too hard. So anyway, she went by. We went to walk, and all I could think about was like, they're always out here on this hate and trying to hurt people shit. That's the same way if, for all of you guys that watch New York City news, go on to New York One, right? It's ny1.com, right? Go on there and watch the video footage from the asshole that got himself fucked up trying to shoot somebody on the train the other day. I think it was Thursday or Wednesday, right? This is what happened. How I'm telling you how they're always walking around the city and just in the public in general trying to hurt people, right? Because they are hurt, and they're hurt because they don't want to do something with themselves. It's not, stop. It's not like because they want that somebody's doing something to them that they can't avoid. They're doing it to themselves. They don't graduate. They don't take life seriously. They don't want nothing out of life. They don't aspire for nothing, and they don't go after anything. What the fuck does that have to do with anybody else in the world besides them? So, you could see the whole, like, is that called an attitude? Yes. That is a real attitude. Because you could just see it. The mentality of this person. When he walked through that gate. He walked through the gate defiant. Fuck this. I'm not paying. I wish somebody say something to me. That was the attitude he had. Got on the train. Saw somebody he thought was smaller than him. Weaker than him. He thought that he could easily dominate. That smaller guy wrestled that gun from him. And I tell you, you black women, this all the time. Careful with the guns. If you're going to have to deal with somebody that you know is physically violent and has been violent with you in the past, do not hesitate to deal with them. Don't let them get that close where they either can bend your hand, fingers, or whatever, wrists, and take the gun away from you. Once they get more than, I guess, like arm's length or less than arm's length, you should be letting off because they're going to hurt you. So the man managed to get the gun from the guy who was trying to shoot him and shot him like, I think 5 or 8 times. He fucked that dude up. Shot him in the head, the chest multiple times, and the arm. I guess he just tried to unload the fucking clip on his ass, but shout out to homeboy who did that. And he faced no charges, nothing, because it was complete self-defense. This dude is on a train. I know a lot of y'all don't know nothing about New York City or the trains, but that's a very close situation, close quarter situation. That any bullet could have ricocheted and killed another person, a baby, whatever. And that one man that was wrestling this bigger dude for this gun and fucked him up, kudos to him. And I really wish other people would have actually helped him outside of the woman who actually tried to help the man who ended up winning the fight. She stabbed the dude that pulled her gun twice. She stabbed his ass. They looking for you, my sister. They looking for you. So make sure that you lawyer up, okay? Lawyer the fuck up, because they coming for you. So she got away. They're looking for her now. They actually showed the footage of her. She shanked his ass good 2 times, right? But she didn't know how to bring him down. So anyway, they're looking for her now, but she tried to help the guy that was fighting with the dude who pulled the gun. Anyway, the man who pulled the gun, he got bested by the other man he was trying to shoot, and good for him. He's alive, struggling to live in the hospital, and I don't know, if he does survive, hopefully it will be a real epiphany to the point where he actually learns something about himself and becomes a better person, or stays stays in the condition of having such brain damage that he's completely harmless to anybody else, which would be the best thing. Sounds fucked up, but it's a reality. If you're going to be out here functioning and only out here functioning to hurt people, what's the use of you having the ability to function? You should be enabled to function so you can leave people the fuck alone. You know, that's how I feel about it. Anyway, I have talked way past what I came on here to talk about. And now I'm going to go. Good night, black women. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. I will see you soon.